No, she's great. I'm gonna be honest though. I think I've only really seen her in Parks and Rec. I may have seen her in like one or two other things, but I don't know. It's honestly been a long time since I've actually like watched movies or TV shows recently. I will occasionally watch some kind like if there's a good show on, but honestly, there's been too much on. I tend to like miniseries. I like things that, you know, are finite, that don't just, they're like, we're just gonna go on forever and ever. A top 5 actresses crush list. Not off the top of my head, to be completely honest. And it doesn't help that I have a horrible memory, so like I would probably forget somebody. Let me think. Who would be on that? Good lord, we finally found some fast travel. What did I put on that? Who comes on the screen and I get happy about? No, I wouldn't say that Florence Pugh is on there. I just know her because I like her. I mean, I liked Elena in Hawkeye. Man, I don't know. It's been a long time since I thought about that. She's fine. I think she's a bit overrated. Not that she's not attractive. She's definitely attractive, but I think that there are probably a pair of reasons that she is higher on people's lists than I might put her. Over my dead bodies. What the frick is this quest? Oh, I gotta return to Tarnus. Okay. No, it's not it's not like putting me on a spot in a bad way. I'm just kind of trying to think.
We ain't safe here.
Like reasons. So reasons are perfectly fine. Reasons are absolutely acceptable. Not saying they're not, but I'm saying there's more than just some reasons. Although look, if we're being honest, there are some giant reasons people find her attractive. She is. I don't know that I would put her in the top 5 though. That being said, I don't have a great answer. Someone will pop in my head eventually, and I'll just, like, you know, blurt out a name. It'll just pop in at the most random time. That was the most instinctual parry I've ever had. I did not plan that. My finger just, like, twitched on its own.
You carry. What are you looking for?
Found Caleb.
Fell victim to his own pride and tried to make himself immortal. Typical. That man had no sense of self-preservation. He thought life was driving him, but to me, it always seemed like he was racing towards death. I'm glad the matter has been handled. I'll even give you something extra for your trouble. And what about his research?
Dude, that was a long ass way for this quest. You better give me something good.
Ah, I see. So it was all for nothing. We need to keep searching. I won't lie, I was as excited for this as a keeper for venison. But after so many years in the guild, I should be used to the taste of failure.
Don't worry, what matters is we just keep looking. Now, Dalrata being such a crybaby, embarrassing.
What do you care? I am who I am. There's a reason I left the tribe and never joined One Eye. May Mother's strong arm embrace you.
So what do we do now?
There's nothing more for us to do together. And if
Fantastic. Shut up. 2400 XP. Oh my god, we're almost to 46. Told me to find Phaedros. Alright, fair enough. We'll go find him. 46 was kind of like my goal. 45 or 46 for levels. Unfortunately, I'm not getting any into combat anymore. Stupid knight. You made me go too fast. I mean, that's fair. I mean, if you would have... So, like... I mean, for the longest time... You know, back when I was a kid... Because I think she's a couple years older than me. But, I mean, I would be lying if I didn't say Emma Watson. You know, little 12-year-old me, like, definitely big crush on Emma Watson. Even now, she's still very attractive. I mean, you know, Lifetime, you have all the normal ones that most people go to. I mean, you'd be a liar if you didn't say Transformers 1 Megan Fox. I think every guy in my school that, like, the next day after it came out was just like just completely drooling. Jennifer Lawrence is an interesting one. I actually think Jennifer Lawrence kind of fell... Well, like you were saying, you don't care if they fell off. Jennifer Lawrence has kind of lost a little bit of her real estate for me. Anna Kendrick is interesting. Mostly because she's out of my state, and actually, without going too deep into it, is actually from pretty close to me. She went to school fairly close to, you know, where I live. Peace out, boys. Oh man, can I make this jump? I don't remember. We're just going for it. Okay, that was not as big as I thought it was. I mean, hey, for what I'm saying, like, top 5, I think it's the top 5 that's get me, right? Like, I mean, we could talk all day about, like, attractive actresses. That's not exactly hard to do. But nailing down any kind of top 5 is always difficult for me. I'm very indecisive when it comes to that. I mean, the only thing that I'm really found an actress on the show. Watch her perspective on looking real from internet. She's in the same age as me. What was I saying? Oh, right. The only thing that I'm kind of set on, I would say, like, favorite video game is Baldur's Gate 3. That one's kind of easy. That's kind of the easy one to go to. Favorite movie is easy if I just can cheat. If I can cheat and say Lord of the Rings is a trilogy, then I say that. If I have to say one, like, typically I'll say Return of the King. But I think realistically, it's probably Gladiator.
I'm terribly sorry for all that hassle.
Like, those things are pretty... And, like, favorite food, pizza. Like, those are, like, the most definitive things I can answer for, like, top one.
Oh, did he? Well, if the guild is so impatient for results, they should have sent someone sooner. Now all my beasts are gone, and I'm still missing a crucial ingredient.
What do you need?
You see, weird beasts are unique creatures. The spark of life they carry is as twisted as it is relentless.
Oh yeah, definitely original, not the new one.
And transferred,
Original.
creating a being with everything that's the... Well,
All right. So what are you missing? I'll bring you the heart. Yeah, honestly, Gladiator is one of the only movies that can bring me to tearing up every time without fail. I don't like cry. I'm not weeping, but it's the only one where I'm like getting a little emotional. It's always every time he falls and then the music picks up and he starts putting his hand right through the wheat. I don't think I've ever seen Fury. That's the war movie, right? With Brad Pitt. Ooh, what do we got going on down here? Are you gonna come to life and attack me? No, but you are. That was cute. That was cute.
My, what a lovely mortal he sent my way. Such a silly man, that Phaedros. Does he truly think I can't tell one of you from another?
Racist Faye. Wait, you know him?
But of course. You could even say we're quite close. After all, I granted him his greatest wish. And in return, he promised me a small piece of his sad, mortal life. Only now it seems he's trying to weasel out of the deal. It's a bit insulting, don't you think? Mortals. I should have known better than to trust him.
What was his wish? I don't really care. Just get me to the end. Uh-oh. Whoops. Whoops. My bad. I didn't realize the choice was, do you want to deal or do you die? Okay, that was a flat booty. That's unfortunate. You don't make the top 5 list for that reason. Gotta do some squats. Alright, let's sleep. What do we got in two-handed? Bonus damage? Now, let's get the chance to stun. Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that makes it easy for me to pick Baldur's Gate 3 is just the amount of times that I've replayed it. It would be interesting to go back to see what I think now. Yeah, you know, I just tried to think of like any other game that I've played, because I wouldn't say not picky. Not picky. We'll go with that. Not picky at all. Either or is completely fine. Because honestly, like my gaming like encyclopedia in my head is not as big as you might think. That's what she said, or that's what he said. Like, I've gone through periods of playing a lot of games, and then there's a lot of just like dead years in my time where I didn't play much. So there's a lot of games that people would say, like other people would say are on their top 5 list, that I just like literally never played. And a lot of my childhood as well, when people were playing, you know, big name games on whether it's PS1 or Xbox, like my parents just didn't let me play a lot of games. So, like, I spent a lot of my time playing RuneScape as a kid. I played a lot of RuneScape, as much as I could. But, like, all my console games, like, I played Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 an ungodly amount of time. What else did I play? I played that Marvel Superheroes game. A lot of Sonic. And then when I got a GameCube, I played Super Mario Sunshine a bunch. I had like Time Splitters 2. I had just a lot of like really Spider-Man 2. Well, so Spider-Man 2, I played both of them. So I played Spider-Man 2 Enter the Electro on the PS1, but then I played a lot of Spider-Man 2 on GameCube. But I just had a lot of like not games that you would say are like classics nowadays. So like I never touched Final Fantasy, you know, never played any of the Super Mario Sunshine, yes, but other than that, didn't play any of those. Just in general, didn't play a lot of RPGs other than Pokemon.
So, you're the one Phaedros dragged into his madness. Apologies for the mess. I'm in the middle of cleaning up. I'm Alma, the alchemist. Pleased to meet you.
What's going on?
I won't deny I'd have preferred to meet under much more favorable circumstances. I feel a bit like I've been caught at the scene of a crime, which, in a sense, I have. Although, in my defense, if we're speaking of crimes, this one is twofold.
Yeah, I don't... What are you gonna do now?
Now, shame our meeting had to be under these circumstances.
Oh, you just move his body. That's fine. I'm only interested in profit. What are you doing here? What do you need? About the brains. Oh, I don't have them. Holy shit, that's a lot to talk to her about. Let me just do the freaking quest. Well, I mean, a lot of that taste, it's not even necessarily about taste. It's kind of more so like just what was available to me. You know, like, so I started playing Pokemon very early. I think Pokemon may have even been my first video game. I don't know if my parents would remember what they got me, but it's whatever they got me. So that shaped a lot of my gaming time as a kid. Plus RuneScape, because it was free and I didn't, you know, I couldn't afford, and my parents didn't want to pay the monthly membership for World of Warcraft. So we played a lot of that. But it was also the consoles I picked, right? Because GameCube didn't have, you know, I didn't have a PlayStation 2 and I didn't have an Xbox. I did eventually get an Xbox 360, but like, then once I got an Xbox 360, I mostly played Call of Duty. So like, played Call of Duty, I played Skyrim, and then I like took a gaming break from like 2012 till maybe, what was it, 2015 when Witcher came out. So I played Witcher 3. But I missed a lot of oh, you didn't say Tayst's background. Got it. Yeah. Likely. Yeah. Because again, like the amount of games that I could play was limited by how much my parents wanted to get me. And it was typically, you know, I could rent one game every 2 weeks from Best Buy. So I was kind of limited in what I could actually experience. And it's not like my gaming tastes were great as a kid. I would rent some stupid ass games that I couldn't even like list for you now because they were just dumb. But what that means is that there are a number of RPGs, not even necessarily RPGs. I say RPGs, and I don't even know if that's like the overall genre that I'm going to talk about here for a second. But that means that there's a lot of games that, you know, I haven't played before, and I think would make, you know, reasonable watches on the streams. You know, so for example, haven't played a single Dark Souls game. You know, like I gotta have like a whole list of games that, for one, I haven't played, but for two, you know, are not these massive 80-hour games that takes me like 2 weeks to play, you know. Gotta find games that are like 10 to 20 hours that I can complete in a couple days. So like, for example, you know, the 3 Doom games that have, since Doom 2016, haven't played any of those. Will probably play, you know, those at some point. I still need to play God of War 2, and I need to play Horizon Zero Dawn 2. Haven't played either of those. I loved God of War 1. But I was waiting for it to... Are they long? I thought they were only like 20, 30 hours. Am I just completely off about that? I mean, obviously it depends, like, you know, how long, you know, how long it takes you to beat bosses and everything. Obviously there's going to be a wide gamut of time it takes.
Sometimes it's good to just sit.
What the frick is this? Oh yeah, it's the Straw Daddy. Straw Daddy. But obviously, like, there's a lot of those to pick from. Weird that you segued from roguelikes to full like RPGs. Well, the real reason... Yeah, I know you can beat them quickly, right? Like, I've seen the speed runs. And even if you're not talking about just speed runs, I know there's, like, you can beat them quickly if you don't want to experience everything. Yeah, if you want the reason... I think we've talked about this, though, actually. So, stop me if you've already heard this before, of why kind of I made the transition. But it was, I mean, the whole reason that I started in roguelikes was basically because of the cost to get into it, right? I wanted to get into content creation again, but I didn't really know where to start. And it didn't start with roguelikes. I mean, it technically started with roguelikes, but I didn't intend for it. My intention when I started my channel was to do like demos. I was just basically reviewing demos because, you know, I couldn't justify buying all these like $40, $50 games for basically nothing. So I was like, all right, well, you know, let me do the demo thing. Let me play those. Play for about an hour, and then it kind of turned into roguelites because obviously those are easier to turn out quickly, right? So the store is going to be more full of them generally, of new roguelikes, and so that just kind of is how that took off. And it wasn't necessarily that I honestly, like, before, just grab all this, really before trying it out, I really wasn't even I really wasn't even that big of a fan of the genre. I had tried it once or twice before, years before, and I didn't like the whole, man, now I gotta start over. Wasn't a fan of it. But I started to like it more once I started playing more of them. But yeah, then it really came down to, it was really what made the turn was was playing crawl tactics. I am indeed a roguelike poser. I sure am. Yeah, it was really crawl tactics where I wanted, you know, I was looking for a game that I could start making like a series about, because I was doing Hollow Cure at the time. And, you know, for what it's worth, Hollow Cure actually a pretty reasonable bullet heaven. Pretty reasonable one. In fact, honestly, I think it's one of the better ones that I played. But then I picked up Crawl. So I had Crawl, and I actually tried to play it several months before, and I don't remember what was wrong with it, but I had some issue with the tutorial that I just couldn't figure out the game, and so I ended up giving it another shot, really liking it, doing a run there, and then Those Who Rule came out, and I was like, oh, this is kind of up the same vein, let me play this, and then it's like, oh, okay, we're in the RPG thing. So I think, where'd I go from Those Who Rule? Oh, right. Then I just started reviewing the TRPGs. I did like the Years of Division, which was interesting. But yeah, Hollow Cure, yeah, that game had so much content. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be fighting here. I think it's this thing. There we go. Oh, that's right. That's right. Yes, thank you. Yeah, Dark Deity 2. Yep. Yep, then we played that, and at that point, I was like, oh, yeah, we're just going to do all the Fire Emblems, and then, you know, here we are now, 2 episodes after doing Fire Emblem Awakening. Just completely got off that train. Yeah, Fire Emblem Awakening was, yeah, it was a thing. It was a thing that happened. I definitely like the game, but there were certain mechanics. It was tough to play on stream and not feel like if I'm not doing the optimal strategy, then people are either not going to be interested or just generally getting mad at me in the comments, you know, because it was just like, I don't know how these work. I don't know what the optimal pairings are. You know, it was just like I was overthinking it too much. And because it's a strategy game, if people are going to watch, you know, if people are going to watch a strategy game, then typically they're going to want to find, you know, strategy, like, they're not going to want to, like, you never are going to watch, like, chess, for example, and watch bad people playing chess. That is just a nightmare. Right? There's not even anything funny that come of it. Like, if you're bad at Call of Duty, right, just, or Fortnite, or whatever your shooter of choice is, Warzone, funny things can happen in that sense. And there can be some entertainment in being bad. But if you're just bad at a strategy game, it's just not fun watching. Yeah, or even average, right. Because people just want, like, the strategies. But if it's a new game, especially games that have been out for, 10 years, people played them to death. There we go. But, if you start playing games that just recently came out, you literally can't, if you wanted to, you can't look up, like, where to find the most busted weapon relics in this game. Trust me, I've tried. Like, that info just is not out there yet. And so people want to see the new stuff. And because everyone's kind of trying new stuff, there's no, even though it's a single player games, there are still metas, right? Like, even on some of the forums about this game, just from the early access, people were like, oh yeah, two-handed's the way to go. Two-handed crit is just so OP. There's no reason to do anything else. And it's like, well, you could have fun with it. Like, that's a reason. That's a reason to do something else. Yeah, I mean, Stealth Archer is definitely fun. Stealth in general is pretty fun. I mean, I would be lying if I didn't say part of me wanted to do that here, but it's also pretty slow. It's definitely strong, for sure. But those might have been the first guides that I saw pop up on YouTube for this game, was how to build the Stealth Archer. It's like, who cares? That's easy. Max out stealth, max out crit, put on a bow, win. Like, I think there's definitely, like, one of the most fun times that I had, that's way over exaggerated. A fun time that I had playing video games was playing Far Cry 3 and doing the, what were they? They weren't campsites. But doing, like, the little outposts that you had to, like, ransack and doing it stealthily, that was fun. I like doing that. When there's an opportunity for you to be caught, I think that's when stealth arching is fun. When it can actually go to shit if you get caught. Outpost, yeah, that sounds right. That definitely sounds right. Jesus, how does it feel to have a good memory? How does it feel? It must feel great. So where are we at? I gotta go to an outpost. Oh, get fucked. I'm not going. Well, actually, fast travel's right there. I feel like this is gonna take me. Oh yeah. I can't even do it. It's in the next area. Where is this one? Is this one in? Okay, that's probably where I'm going to go next. All right, let's make it back to town. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Yeah, I don't know. I just can't. My brain just works. Well, it doesn't work half the time. I have a very strange memory because there are certain things, and I don't know. I can't pin it down as to what my brain remembers well. Right? Because sometimes, like, I can't even remember what I had for lunch. But then there are other times I can remember exactly what somebody said a week ago. And I don't exactly know how it works, but half the time it's mostly just recalling words that, like, I know that I know. And it's like right there on the tip of my tongue. Like, my brain wants to say it, and it won't come out. And I don't know. My brain just stops it. Oh, I'm going in the... I'm following this freaking thing. Let's see. Let's go this way. And that makes perfect sense, because I can't remember people's names for shit. I can remember, like, I can remember things. Like, my memory is very good. If I am, like, writing something down and I see the writing, I'm very good at remembering that. You want to have distinct definition, but multiple neural pathways is how memory is reinforced, so the more things linked to something, the easier it is to remember. That's interesting. I mean, well, I won't go down that route because that's too dark in a way to end the stream. But yeah, I think I have some stuff genetically that is... I think it will eventually catch up. Oh my god, do you do the Michael Scott thing? All these little meetings. I forgot the pathway he took. It was like, you know, you're Baldy. And then eventually gets to, like, Carl or whatever. Forgot the whole chain of words he makes. And then I quoted pro wrestler Big E. Oh, is that where you got it from? Interesting. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't mind you calling me Big E. That's why I was trying to figure out back the last time I had when I was doing gotcha stuff. I went by Jazzy. Because I literally couldn't think of a name. And it was just like, oh, I used to play jazz. I like jazz music. Let's throw my letter. And it's like, you know, said Jazzy with a Y, but spelt with an E. And I didn't like that after a while. I didn't like that. It just didn't fit me. My name... I would be very impressed if it was just... You just happened to pick the username Jake Christina. And it just happened to be a random username. That would be impressive. That would definitely throw me off. Like, be like, wow, your name is actually like Carl Jacobson? That would be strange. It's Benjamin Button. Oh wait, oh, might as well let's sell off some stuff here before I forget.
Nice to see. Hello there.
Oh shoot, I should have stole those relics while it was night. Where did my pickaxe go? Hmm. I think it's wild how all of a sudden this stuff started selling really great. I guess it's pretty helpful when you start getting some practicality. Oh, there it is. Okay, he just doesn't buy picture. It's weird how some of these NPCs don't buy all items. Well, I think it's just because I have a million points in practicality, and each one increases the sell price by 10%. Plus, I have skill points into selling stuff. Practicality. Got 4 points in here, so selling items 50% more profitable. Yeah, but not if I'm sneaky. If I'm sneaky, it doesn't matter. I'm very quiet. All right. Well, that is going to wrap it up for me this evening. Wait, did I get to... Oh, we almost got to 47, so I actually surpassed what I wanted to do today. That being said, dude, quest line, I probably just, honestly, need to start doing the main quest line. Doing all these side quests, and it's like, it's giving me stuff, but I mean, I got other games to play, you know? So, okay, so tomorrow is my off day. And then Thursday, I'll be back and we'll likely play some Night Rain. I don't know how long I'm going to play that game. We'll kind of see how it goes. And then, yeah, depending on how long we play that, I think the next game that's on my list after that touche. Memorial Day screwed me up. Memorial Day screwed me up. Oh. Yep. I was wondering, you know, I've been wondering all day. I was like, why is Night Rain coming out on a Wednesday? That didn't make any sense to me. That makes more sense. It's coming out on a Thursday. Yep. That makes more sense. Well, that's great. I thought tomorrow was Wednesday, and I was upset that I had 3 more days of work. So now I only have 2 more days of work. So that's pretty good. That's a pretty good, nice thing. Yeah. So what that means is that tomorrow I will be off. Whatever tomorrow may be, doesn't matter what it is. I'll be off. It could be Monday. Doesn't matter. Yeah, because I have a little bit of graphic work that I want to work on. Hopefully... Am I doing anything else with the Discord? I got some stuff on the Discord I gotta do. I gotta work on alerts. That was a big one, because someone actually primed the other day. Oh, I don't have it up, but... And I didn't say thank you. I felt bad because I don't have alerts on, and I need to get my alerts working. So, and of course that's something that I can't do at work. At least I don't think so. The way that I'm planning on doing it. So, I get all that. I found out Friday or Saturday if or when I go out. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah, because then I think after that, after Night Rain, I don't think anything comes out until June 10th, which is Stellar Blade, and I do want to play Stellar Blade. But yeah, that's the plan coming up, and then of course we got to finish Tainted Grail. But anyway, that's going to do it for me this evening. Jake, thank you so much for hanging out, and everyone else for hanging out. Very much appreciated. See you guys in a couple days. Peace.